Yeah, Dave, I'm going to do a recap of what we went over the other day. Again, to log in, your company 430, 422, you can get in either by going to my website, servicepros.net, and hitting the login button, or you can come here and bookmark this page right here. So if I'm going to go 422, and I'm going to go Dave L and log in. Okay. So you've got the full range. You're a super admin. If you look at your admin company, users, U and K, or super admin right here. Super admin for K, super admin for U. Cody and Dustin, they're limited users. These guys need to go away. I'll delete those. They're inactive users. So there's 4 users active here. U and K are super admin. We started out the other day talking about services and products and symptoms, and that's how you define a job. So if I go to job setup, let's just start at the top. Employees, these are the people who get the jobs assigned to them. Dustin, Cody, and Dave. If you hire a new chimney sweep guy, you're going to have to put him in here. If you want him to log in to the app, you'll have to give him a user login as well. And we'll go over that or show you videos on that later on. Right now, you guys are set up. So I'm going to go admin, job setup. We've got our employees in. I'm going to go services. Now this you can go any way and no way is wrong. If I just went straight out fireplace and selected fireplace, you can then further define it right here. And you can go 3 levels as we talked about. I believe we went flute tile repair here. Did we do something here? Yes. And we put fire guard resurfacing, fire guard joint sealing, and fire guard. So the flute tile repair. And I'll show you where that comes into play. Let me get your zip code again. That's going to be admin company 40202. All right. If you look at your zip codes now, we talked about job setup over here in the zip codes. I put everything into one zone, the Louisville zone. And if you guys want to break it up, I've got 341 zip codes. I pulled them from Tom's company and plopped them all into a Louisville zone. And you can break it up any way you want to. You're familiar with zones now from your previous live. So you can go into zones right here and add multiple zones, and then you can apply those zones to multiple zip codes. And that way you'll know, hey, I'm going to be in North Louisville, South Louisville, wherever you're at. I don't know the footprint of where you serve, but that's the way we would handle. A technician is tied to a zone. So if I went back to admin company, admin setup employees, this technician right here is tied to the Louisville zone. So he'll get any call in Louisville. Now, if you added multiple zones, we'd have to tie that technician to the multiple zones. You can do it with add all zones, delete all zones. You can do it very quickly here. Okay. So getting back to services, this is a question that you got to ask yourself. If I'm putting in a job and I'm going to put in a brand new customer, 40202, and I'll put in a phone number and I'll put in a name of Jane Smith. Okay, address 500 South Side. Okay, now you come down here and drop down. This is a new customer. Drop down. Where did you come from? And you don't have to use this, but a lot of people use this. It's ad management or either ad ownership. But anyway, I'm going to go into services. If I select fireplace, I'm going to find the products under fireplace, and then the services under the product. If I select flume tile repair, I've got this. Fire guard resurfacing, I got no symptom. You only need service and product. So your big question is, how do you want to define this? We had hearth and install, inspect, repair, service. You could do that, and then, or let's say repair, and then have what you're repairing here. You can do it any way you want to. These drop down boxes are defined by you, and that's defined back here at admin, job setup, services. Okay. It's a 3-tier approach. I select flue tile repair. I select flue guard. I want fire guard. I want to add something here. Oh, I got gaps. So if I went back and I selected flue tile repair, fire guard, gaps. That's the way it works. So you just got to figure out how you want to define this. This is nothing more than a way to define to the technician in the field a quick snapshot of what he's working on. You can put any notes and stuff in it later on down the road. All right, so I'm going to go look at jobs here. And I've got a job here for Service Pros, and it's assigned. And let's see, has it got any money on it? No. So I'm not even going to go there right now. I'm going to go ahead and complete this job. Now, what that did is that took this job out of this bucket, and it took that job and put it in the history bucket. And had it had money on it, it would have put it in the invoice bucket. But we didn't put any money on that job. This is an old invoice right here, not the one we just worked with. Okay. So getting back to here, I'm going to go do a new job. I'm going to go new job, and I'm going to do an advanced search for a existing customer. So I'm going to select Service Pros, and I'm going to go flue tile repair, fire guard, gaps. That's all you need. Submit schedule. And now we're in jobs or work order management now. It's taken us to here. And I'm going to go, let's assign that for Friday the 13th at 9 o'clock, and we'll give it to Cody. I'm going to take off Cody's email, and I'm going to sign it. Now, what that's done, that's assigned that job for tomorrow for Cody. This video is going to be totally desktop. The next one's going to be mobile. So if I looked right here, this job's in red. It's in red because he has not acknowledged it. Once he acknowledges it, it's good. It'll be in black. So if I hit the home now, that means he's good to go. It may mean he's en route. It's whatever you want acknowledgement to mean. It means don't call me, I got it. So we'll go from there. So we just put a job in for Service Pros. We put it on the calendar for tomorrow. I'm going to go to the calendar, and I'm going to look at tomorrow, and there it is. So it's 9 o'clock. Let's say that job is going to take 3 hours. You could have said this back at work order management, but it drew it down 3 hours. So if we go back there, you got Cody and Dave here with jobs at 8 o'clock for March 11th. That's how the calendar works. All right. We won't talk about inventory, but we will talk about, okay, this Service Pros job, someone has got to put this value on it. Miscellaneous charges, select chimney inspection for $265, add to order. Okay. So at that point, we have assigned the job to Cody. We entered the job, then assigned the job to Cody. We put the money on it. Cody could have done this at the mobile level, or someone could have done it at the desktop level. All right. And we'll talk about entering jobs at the mobile level as well. But we have got a job in, we put money on it, and I'm going to go ahead and complete it. Now, what that's going to do is, like I said earlier, take that job out of this bucket, takes that job off of this calendar. There's nothing for tomorrow right here. I'm going to hit the home key right here. That's another thing you need to know. Whenever you're lost, hit this home key right here, except for the calendar. And when you're in the calendar, hit this home key. Okay. That'll take you back to square one. All right. Now we just put a job in invoicing for Service Pros right here for $265. If I print this guide, I'm going to print it in detail manner, print report, and you've got to be able to put notes on this thing. I realize that. So you can do that from here, but I think you want to do it from your mobile world, and I'll do that in the video. But invoicing will allow you to add notes, whatever you've done. We do not send pictures. If there are any pictures that we'll put on the job, it goes to history for you to view, but we don't pass them down to the invoice and send them to the customer. If you want to do that, you have to do it manually. So you can pull the pictures, save them, and then attach them to an email going to the customer if they want to see pictures. But you have the pictures for your Whenever you take a picture at jobs level, it's going to go to history and stay there forever and ever. So basically, that's what you and I went over the other day. Um, Entering a new job, working the job, putting it on the calendar, completing it, pushing it to history, and then pushing it to invoicing. And like I said, next we'll talk about, I'll show you a video of the mobile world where they can add notes to that job. We can add them here, but I think you want to let the technicians do it. So if you went into this job right here and you wanted to add notes right here, just add notes. If you want it to be priority, it comes to the top. So if you wanted to add more notes, you do it. You got 500 characters right here. So that's not coming to the top. That's going to the bottom because it's not priority. Okay. And again, we'll talk about how you do that at the mobile world, because this is where you're going to define to the customer, what did you do? I cleaned it up and it's all good to go. And then here in the miscellaneous charges is where you're going to tell them how much they owe you. So if you got a chimney cleaning for one for 325, and then you might have some additional labor. I don't know, you might have run into some problems out there that you had to give them something else, put some more labor on it. 2 hours, 2 for 50. So now you've got a job that's got 325 and 100. So if you look at your money details, you'll see that here, 425. We completed that job. We created an invoice for 425, and we will show you how to email that invoice from the mobile to the customer. That's about it for right now. One thing is, if you're going to email that, you're going to have to make sure you're trapping the emails here. When you take the new job, you can do it there, or you can come back and you can go into the customers and add their email address here. But the email address needs to be there to make it easier for the technician to email the invoice to them. So this is basically a brief overview of what we went over. We didn't record the sound, and I'll do another one of the mobile, and then we can reconvene when you guys are ready. We'll go from there. Thanks. Take care. Let me know if you got any questions.